Welcome to the Fun Astrology Podcast. Thomas Miller on July 17th. It's Wednesday. Thank you so much for joining us. We're making our way through this week, and we are going to focus again on Uranus. Now, this aspect is not today, it's tomorrow. Robert mentioned it yesterday. Of course, Uranus was in the focus over the weekend and then Monday with the Mars conjunction. But this is a sextile between the Sun and Uranus tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Eastern. You know, when Robert mentioned this on Monday, I was like, we need to talk about that more here because obviously you're interested in astrology or you wouldn't be here. Astrology is getting more popular. And if you've been following my own personal journey, I came out to California in January, February, March. Take a minute to think of that. As you know, trends are created in California and New York, and they move inward from the coasts. I remember as a kid being in Tulsa, Oklahoma, in the middle of the flyover belt, that my mom and dad would always say, well, watch out what's going on in California or New York, because that's what will be here in about 3 years. One of my listeners and very good friends is Judy Diamond. She's the co-host of a radio program in St. Louis, where we've been doing a little bit of astrology together. Judy told me recently that a friend of hers has a son who is in his 20s living in San Diego. Son called his mom and said, "Mom, I need to know what time I was born." She knew astrology, and she knew what was up. Why do you need to know your birth time? And he said, well, look, he said, everybody out here wants to know what my chart is. And if I don't know my big three, my sun, moon, and rising sign, I can't make any friends out here because they won't talk to me. I thought that was profound and predictive because you folks in Kansas City and St. Louis and Tulsa and Dallas in the middle of the country, maybe set a clock, I don't know, but you know, it already has shown up in so many different areas. Starbucks has a zodiac latte line. All of the major retailers, as you know, I mean, I'm not telling you guys anything you don't know, you're already there. They're selling zodiac clothing. This has been going on for a while now, but there still is a lot of resistance. Pseudoscience. Or, Judy also told me of a gathering of ladies that were together talking about astrology came up, and the one thing that came up, you know, the theme was, it's too complicated, I don't understand it, how can I use it? Why should I invest time in it? Well, when we have the Sun sextiling Uranus tomorrow, 10 a.m. Eastern, this is an excellent time to do something to up your astrology game. And one of the things that you could help me think through, and if you get any messages or thoughts on this, either drop them in the chat bot or the speak pipe on funastrology.com in the upper left. Think of your friends. Think of when astrology has come up in conversations. The skepticism, the confusion, that gap between being able to talk about just the newspaper version of astrology versus real astrology. How can we give this gift to more people? How can we help them understand? And then, for you and me, we can take our astrology up a level. That might mean reading a book. We've been talking about the nodes of the moon over on Old Soul, New Soul. Judith Hill has an excellent book on nodes of the moon. Maybe you order that and wade your way through and learn the breadth and depth of the nodes. Obviously, we have 2 courses on funastrology.com. Maybe you take a look at getting into one of those. That horary course, I'm telling you, it talks about the consultation chart as well, which we are using in these speed readings now. And oh, by the way, I'll give you an announcement on that related to the viewing of the speed readings when we get finished with the bulk of everything here. We'll do that at the end. But that is such an amazing technique, and Robert goes into it, how to find lost items, all that kind of thing in that horary course. It's amazing. Pick up one of Steve Forrest's audiobooks. Make a commitment to listen to that. I mean, we've got a lot of resources here, and there are a ton of resources everywhere. Great courses by great teachers to help all of us learn more from their perspective. But yeah, if you have any epiphanies of, hey, we ought to think about doing this, I would love to hear your thoughts. Those of you who listen on YouTube every day, you can just put it in the comments. Now, we've had the big focus on the sudden surprises. Certainly saw that over the weekend. We've been in that energy all week with Uranus in the spotlight. And that's why we've been saying the game plan for the week has been to just stay nimble. And we would reiterate what we said on Friday, and that is that Uranus can also represent that hidden genius within you. So this is the sun, that's you. The sun is in Cancer, that's increased intuition. And Uranus is about radical changes, so you could step into something radical that maybe you've been holding back. Don't die with the music still in you, as Wayne Dyer said. These are all things that you could assemble around this one aspect happening tomorrow morning. Now, let me just mention on our Speed Readings 2.0 that we're going to be doing the second and third week of August. Obviously, the slots filled so fast. Just 8 minutes is the time that it took to fill those 20 slots. But we are selling a really cool all-access viewing pass. That's available now on the funastrology.com website. How that's going to work is you can watch all 4 of the sessions that we're going to be doing. The dates are in that post, but the deal is you have to watch live. They will be very easy to access. You will get a link to all 4 of them when you sign up, but there won't be any replays. This is a live participation thing. But I mean, if you just could drop in for a little bit of each of the times, or some of the times, or you could watch 1 or 2 of them, but not all 4. I mean, there is so much astrological learning that you can get from watching these. I was amazed just participating kind of as the MC and doing a little bit of reading and interacting with Robert, how much I learned myself from the last session. So it really is cool, and it's a whopping $20. So I hope you'll consider that. We'd love to have you in the gallery watching all of this, and you will learn a lot as well. So that's at the top of funastrology.com. Thank you for your support. And I've got another surprise on this theme of what we've been doing, so another guest host tomorrow on the Fun Astrology Podcast. We'll see you back. Thank you. Have a wonderful day, and enjoy this focus on astrology.